In this video, I'm going to present a special formula I've been cooking up about how to discuss the issue of the Prophet ﷺ's birthday. And while I was testing out this area, I accidentally stumbled across something deep, so stick around for that too. Now you might be thinking, why? Well, every year I see people debating about this issue, and the reason why this equation is so important to us is to protect us from one of the Shaytan's most successful yet subtle tricks. What is this trick? He will trick us into talking about something so much so that it distracts us from actually doing that thing. Example, Tawheed. It's super important, right? It's the difference between hellfire and paradise. Of course we should talk about it, but imagine you're talking or debating Tawheed with an atheist or polytheist or whatever, trying to convince them, worship Allah, worship Allah, worship Allah alone. But then you realize one day, wait a minute, am I even worshipping Allah? When was the last time I paid attention properly in Salah? When was the last time I finished the Quran? When did I last do this and when did I last do that? Those things that I've been talking about but not doing, maybe. Second example, dua. We might tell people when giving dawah to them or debating them or whatever that only make dua to Allah, only make dua to Allah, only make dua to Allah. And here's all the evidences, here's the reasoning, the importance and what this person said and that. But then we think, do I even make dua to Allah that much? When was the last time I just sat and glorified Allah? When did I go to Allah first for all my needs and problems? When did I seek out those times and places where dua is most beloved to Allah and spend time just doing that? Third example, the doctrine of khatm nubuwwat, the fact that the Prophet ﷺ is the last and final prophet and messenger, and there are no more after him. Of course, it's a core pillar of Muslim belief. I'm not belittling it, but we might sometimes argue so much about this with this group or that group, that the whole point of Khatm nubuwwat, the whole point of the Prophet ﷺ being the last prophet, doesn't even get into our heads. And what's that? That there are no more prophets. Think about it. That means raising Allah's word highest is now your and my duty in life. His ummah has inherited this mission to carry it on. There are no more prophets, guys. It's up to you. It's on your shoulders now. You get the point. The deception of Shaytan here is we might actually perpetually cycle between all these hot topics that people might debate and argue about, thinking we're making progress, but we might be in a constant state of not doing what we're supposed to be doing as a result. And we're looking busy, but no work's getting done. So what's it got to do with the Mawlid? We need to make sure that our community talking about and arguing about the Prophet ﷺ's birthday doesn't distract us from the real treasure that he came with, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And herein lies the Mawlid equation. Ready? For every minute that is spent debating or researching or thinking about the Mawlid disputes, 10 minutes should be spent learning about his seerah, his life, his biography. It's not exactly Pythagoras, you literally just times it by 10. But think about it. I'm not saying change your opinion or don't talk about it or don't learn or discuss. There's always a place for knowledge-centric dialogue and research and debate with the proper etiquette and proportionality. But while we satiate our curiosity and indulge in a bit of banter or debate here and there, we don't lose perspective. That's what the original reason was. But like I said, I realize that it goes a bit deeper than that. Why do those Muslims who take their deen seriously celebrate or not celebrate a particular day or days as the Prophet ﷺ's birthday? It's because they both love and respect him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Both sides' objectives are met if you institute this formula. If you argue for the Mawlid celebrations, then you want people to increase their familiarity and love of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? How do you do that? Seerah. You can't love someone you don't know. Learning about him is the number one way to increase love of the Prophet ﷺ. On the other hand, if you argue against Mawlid celebrations, then you want people to love and respect him and his Sunnah strictly and not go beyond it. How do you do that? Seerah. The more people learn about him ﷺ from a transformational perspective, not just learning facts but developing a relationship with his life and his companions, the more they'll respect his role as giver of Islamic norms and practices. This will inshallah help you achieve your objective in an uncontroversial way, and the key is that you won't push anyone you disagree with away, but you'll end up neutralizing their animosity, bringing them closer towards something more effective to your shared goals. But it is uncomfortable because it puts one's own claims to the test. Do I really want to increase the love of the Prophet ﷺ and his Sunnah? Or do I just want to vanquish my opponents and be declared correct? Do I want to win debates? Do I want to win arguments? By the way, there aren't two sides to this debate. There's a whole spectrum because this issue didn't exist during the time of revelation, so there are many different ways to look at it and define it. It's not that clear cut. The people who declare a third Eid called Eid Milad al-Nabi, and that anyone who doesn't accept it hates the Prophet ﷺ, they're not the same as those who are learned scholars, for example, that use the entire month in general to to have public readings of texts to remind people about the Prophet ﷺ because of a unique need or weakness that emerged in later generations. Treating those two people as though they are the same in this regard is just unjust. It's also unjust to treat different people who disagree with them the same. Those who respectfully disagree from a principled, knowledge-based objection that has always been there among scholarly and learned classes, they're not the same as those who treat someone having a bit of cake as though they just kill someone, ignorantly and harshly attacking people. Meanwhile, wherever they sit on this spectrum, the people of knowledge and good akhlaq have a lot in common and tend to get along fine. In fact, they could even be seen as the same group. And the more they learn about each other's opinions properly from each other's point of view, the more likely they'll stay in a relatively balanced position. It's like they know, you're both going to the same destination. I'm going by bus. No, I'm going to go by car. You're going to the same place. Fine, I'll see you there, inshallah. If people start attacking, then they polarize and end up creating the reaction that they're claiming to be against. Weird and heretical practices on one end, and harsh and heretically excessive condemnations on the other end. This polarization creates multiple groups where there were none before. If you made it this far in the video, you're probably thinking, okay, what now? Quickly check out this video by Shaykh Shaytan on some practical tips on how to navigate these issues. And also we'll put some links in the description below, inshallah, for some cool resources for easily implementing this Mawlid equation and learning and revising the seerah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Assalamu alaikum.